Okay, so in my fry management system video about the basic setup, I mentioned I have some 10-litre fry containers where I raise fry which need a bit more care. Now, these I've called, if you like, my precious eggs. Now, a couple of months or so ago, I had some really nice MEDAKA in a tub, and they started to fall ill and die, maybe wasting away. I thought maybe it was leaves, toxic leaves with toxic sap had maybe fallen into the tub and caused a problem, or it could have been, in fact, I couldn't remember how old they were. It could maybe just have been old age. But anyway, I was very disappointed with that because I was hoping to breed them in the spring. So I took those MEDAKA, gave them a bit of a salt bath, and some of them recovered. Well, I put them in a tank, glass tank, and increased the water temperature to about 25-26 degrees, and they seemed to get better, but they were still not doing very well. So I increased the water temperature a bit more, up to about 28 degrees centigrade, and this was in the winter, but I increased the lighting 14 hours a day and tried to improve the lighting so it was sort of good representation of sunlight, if you like. And I managed to get them to lay some eggs, which I sort of carefully removed from the spawning mops, and I put into these two 10-litre containers. Unfortunately, the adult MEDAKA, who weren't very well, eventually they all died. So this is why I called these my precious eggs, and I'm trying to take good care hatching them out. So this one here, these are about 6 weeks old. They're let's have a look, see how big they are. Yeah, they're some a bit over 10 mm, one or two a bit smaller. So they're in a tank with a heater. I kept them at about 25-26 degrees centigrade, so they would hatch out properly. And I mean, now I've turned the heating off because water temperature is maybe 22, something like that. And so I'm acclimatizing them to go into tubs in the garden with just natural air temperature. Yeah, I mean they all look very good. They all look very healthy. Again, I have water changes once every couple of days. So I'm changing 2 litres of water with a drip tube. You can see it dripping in. So there's still no filtration, no aeration, but after a couple of weeks I put in some ceramic rings from my pond filter, just to they'd have beneficial bacteria, so that helps. The bacteria will change ammonia into nitrites, and then other bacteria will change into nitrates, which is not as harmful to the fish, and the water change will dilute the nitrates. So I say there's dripping in 2 litres of water, which is about 20%, and the water, there's an overflow down here, and that water discharges out. Water goes in there, discharges through this overflow down here. The outlet from the overflow is at the bottom of the tank, so my theory is that would take out the water at the bottom, be more polluted than anywhere else, so that will take out the polluted water. Some of the water it's going to take out is going to be some of the new water, so maybe instead of 20% water change, it might be 15%. There we are. So these I'm soon going to move to a tub on their own. As I think I said, these are about 6 weeks old. And I don't know how many eggs, I always forget how many eggs I take. But since they've been 2 weeks old, I haven't seen any dead fish, so they've been managing very well under this system for about 4 weeks. Whether those ceramic rings really do have enough bacteria to help with the ammonia, I don't know. But the frequent water changes obviously have a good impact. And then if we look over here, these are younger. These are about 2 weeks. So again, they've got a heater. They're at 25 degrees. They now turn the heater off, so they get used to having about 22 to 25 degrees water temperature, which is the ambient temperature. And again, there's the overflow, which comes out here. And after I've finished drip feeding 2 litres into this container, I'll drip feed 2 litres into here. Again, these are doing well. I don't know whether we can see. They never stay still, so it's very difficult to see how big they are at about 2 weeks. Maybe they're maybe 6-7 mm, quarter of an inch, bit over quarter of an inch. But again, they're doing well. And I just feed them powdered fry food, probably 3 times a day. Scatter it on the surface very, very lightly so it doesn't sink. And they appear to eat it all. They never see any left over. They've had one feed this morning. I'm just about to give them another one. And be one this evening. As I say, I call these my precious fry. I've lost the parents, so I'm hoping that they turn out as well as the parents. I'll just see how they do turn out, and just try and keep the strain going. These things happen. You keep MEDAKA outdoors. Something happens. Obviously, you keep MEDAKA indoors, but you can have problems in a tank with disease and whatever. But you never know what is likely to happen outdoors. It can be leaves from a toxic tree. It can be something blown in by the wind. It can be a bird making a mess in the tubs. I mean, thankfully, I don't have things like raccoons or whatever, which I know I've seen in Japan will go in and rip apart MEDAKA tubs in certain areas. Now these fry in here are about 4 weeks old. So if you want to see roughly the size, I put a scale down there. After 4 weeks, they're probably very difficult. They won't stay still. I mean, some of them up to maybe 1 centimetre, 10 millimetres, a bit less than half an inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch, some of them. And they've been in there for 4 weeks since they hatched in there. They're about 10 days. Whether you can actually see them, I think you can, yeah. So these are maybe, what, 3/16, 5 mm. As I say, they started hatching about 10 days ago. Okay, that's about it. And that, I think, will be the last one of my fry management series. I don't think I've got anything else I can say which might relate specifically to fry management. Let's have another look at these. Yeah, well, they're doing well. Okay, good.